Hey, what's up, people? It's your boy Da Vinci. Here to answer a few questions. Let's go. Where I'm from, it's hard to say that one. I'm really from everywhere and nowhere, in the sense where I was born in France and then I grew up in between America, Africa, and Europe, you know. But a similar amount of time in all those places, which makes me really impartial which one I can claim the most. I live in the UK, so yeah, I'm in Wales at the moment. So that's why I've been here for the last 5 years, 6 years. So yeah, yeah, I'm in Wales right now. My biggest influences were probably Biggie Smalls. I loved his lyrical ability. I mean, that guy had the voice, had everything, and the Wu-Tang. The RZA got me wanting to be a producer because I started as a beat maker, you know. So I started off with the Wu-Tang. When I was in Atlanta, I had a crew. We were about like 10, 12 of us. And I was a sole beat maker, and I was dropping like albums every month. You know, we had material worth for albums every month, you know, 10 lyrical MCs, and then I was the beat maker. So yeah, I would say Wu-Tang is one of my biggest influences. My favorite song out now, it's hard, man. There's so much music coming out every day. You know, every day you're like, woo, I'm feeling this one, and then the next day, it's kind of really depend on my mood. I'm a moody type of person, you know, so today I might feel amped, and then I will just bang on that gigs joint, you know, and let's say like a few hours later, you know, I'll be in a different mode, and I'll go with Designer because I like his, you know, his swag, and you know, so it's really different. It's really different. Like, I don't have like a favorite song. Like, it really depends on my mood, you know. I have not had shows in a while. I had a few, you know, showcases, and I've been to a few festivals, and you know, there was some highlight, you know, MCs, like they were Tiny Temper, when they were Ed Sheeran, you know. So yeah, I did, but I did not, in a sense, perform with them. I think here in the UK we got what we call, you know, like we keep reinventing ourselves. You know, we don't get comfortable in a set where, okay, that's it, we got this style and then we're gonna stick to it, you know. So yeah, I think the UK is probably set to be the next big, you know, people are gonna have their eyes on the UK for a while now. You know, they're gonna start looking into us and be like, oh wow, you know, these guys are capable of making great international music. You know, being in this industry, you tend to collaborate with a lot of people because everybody's up for the next big thing. So whether you're big, whether you're unknown, whether you're signed or unsigned, you know, if you bump into them in the studio, they're willing to do something. So yeah, I've collaborated with a lot of people. I've been in studios with a lot of people. Whether or not it comes out, it's a whole different, you know, business, because when it comes down to it, it is business. But yeah, I have collaborated with a lot of, I mean, on my mixtape, yeah, I know you mentioned it, yeah, I have Wiz Khalifa. How did that come across? It was just with a studio with one of my guys in Philly. That was before he was known. My guy, Max B, was on the record, but then he got locked up. And yeah, I just jumped on it. You know, it was just an opportunity. And then when I got the record, the guy gave me the green card. He said, yeah, just release the record. So when I got here, I just put my man on, Shizio, which is one of the UK rappers I'm tight with, you know, and he just did his thing. And yeah, so that's the one with Khalifa. Yeah, it's just bumping into guys in the studio, and then they feel your energy, and then just like, yeah, let's vibe and let's build, and that's it. Oh wow, you dug real, okay, yeah. That Charlie Sloth episode where he was looking for a, yeah, it was funny because that was at the time I was in deals in business with Akon, and you know, we talked a lot with his manager, and I was actually in one of his videos that he did over here and stuff, because we go way back in Atlanta. And yeah, so it was kind of like a joke, like he wanted a remix, because I did a remix for his single, you know, One More Drink, I think, yeah. That was when I used the production name Saga Boy, and he so my manager at that time approached him, and he liked basically my productions, you know. So I did the remix for his One More Drink joint, and he loved it. He said, yo, that one for the pubs, that one for the, you know, the geezers, and he was really amped. And you know, he's a cool dude. So we met at a bar, and he was doing those episodes, and he said, yo, you down to be in one of them, you know, as a return of a favor. And I was like, hey, yeah, I need exposure at the moment. So yeah, we did that little thing where he was looking for a track. I was like, nah, you don't need to go to Akon, it costs too much. I'm right here, I can do the same. So yeah, it was funny. It was funny. So yeah, big up to Charlie Slough. He's doing his thing at the moment, so enough respect, you know. Yeah. That's a very good question. You know, I had never asked myself that question before, you know. What am I actually? I'm black. I'm African. You know, that's something in me. You know, I got that thing. You know, I'm very conscious of that. So I'm always African. But I'm like, because it's funny when you go to Africa, they don't see you as a local. You know, when I go to Senegal, they're like, "Oh, whereabouts you live?" And I'm like, "I'm right around." And they say, "No, really, where do you live? Because we know you're not from here." So it's funny that Africans look at you. That I think I'm a one of a kind. You know, because. A lot of people think I sound Americans, you know, American think I sound Europeans, European think I sound Americans, African think I sound, you know, I think I have a lot of each and everybody, you know, so it's for that matter that we call the label Immigration, you know, immigrants nation, you know, instead of immigration is immigration, because I think there's a lot of people like me, you know, that don't really belong in a sense somewhere. Like I'm not born and raised somewhere. I can't rep one hood, you know. Although like I know people from every hood. Like I'm certified and bona fide in every hood, you know. It's a funny thing. Yeah, wherever I lived, people were like, "Oh, where you come from?" And then I'm just like, "Yo, I just live here. I've been here for a few years, you know, even here in the UK." Oh, whereabouts in America? I'm like, nah, I'm not from America, I'm from right here. But why you sound like that? I mean, I've learned how to speak English in America, so of course I got that twang, you know, but and I don't like to just follow trends, I just talk how I talk, so it's me. But yeah, it's I'm UK right now, even though I don't sound like a typical UK, but it's not where you're from, it's where you at. That's what they say in hip hop. That's one of the biggest lines in hip hop. It's not where you're from, it's where you at. But I'm right here, you know, and I'm about to make it right here. I don't care about where I just flew from, or just arrived on a boat from, or in a car, or you know, by bus or whatever. You know, I'm right here, and this is what I sent to make my mark. You know, I'm right here. Yeah, Criminal Mind is the latest remix. Why I shot that in Paris? Is because I wanted to show something different. Like everybody in the UK is repping their hood. Like of course I could be like in Wales and just call the squad and then we do our thing, which is gonna happen. You know, I've done that in one of my reads. It was Welcome to Wales when I did the remix. You know, I called a guy from Newport and I called a guy from, you know, Swansea, and they were repping their hoods, and we done that. But this time I chose to do it different, to show a different aspect, because in the UK they probably don't know about a lot of French hoods and French music and French hip hop. So it was my way of showing it in a visual form, like not in the musical form, because they can't really understand. Although in France they listen to a lot of UK rap, it's not, I don't know if it's vice versa, but I don't get that a lot. So I just wanted to show that we're doing our thing in France as well. I'm connected in France as I'm connected in the UK and in the US. You know, I'm a street dude, you know, I got that, and that's what I wanted to show, you know. So I hope you guys enjoy it. It's out, you know, just go watch it, you know, drop a comment. You know, the album is almost done. You know, I have the Rewind EP that was done quite well. You know, I have my first 100K views video. You know, it's a lot when you just come from nothing, like I say, you know. So I plan to make meals and to be part of the scene like everybody. I hope everybody just appreciates me as much as I appreciate them right now. So thanks to the UK for having me and for making this my home.
Black Lions Beats.
Criminal minded.
Racks on racks on racks on racks.